As long as we beat FSU this year, I'll be happy. No, don't get it twisted. That was not me that said that. I was actually quoting some of the viewers from my live hangout during the Miami versus North Carolina game today. Are you telling me that that is what we're settling for? Are you telling me that it has truly come down to that? Because I got to tell you something. Do not, I'm serious about this, do not put me in that category. What's going on, Canes fans? Welcome to yet another post-game reaction video where I get to talk about how and why we lost and vent a little bit. And I want you guys to do the same down in the comment section below. Now, I just want to be straight up, real, and honest. Most of us did not give Miami a chance in this game, and I personally didn't think that it would even be close. I mean, I had predicted a 34-17 North Carolina victory, and obviously it was much closer than that. Miami continued to fight, but did ultimately come up short and lost 45-42. And I also want to go ahead and put it out there that I was okay with taking that shot at the end zone on third down because at that point we had the UNC defense on their heels. We didn't want to make the mistake like we did against UVA where, well, that's a little different because we were trying to kick the field goal to go for the win, and this one would have sent it to overtime. But either way, we had the UNC defense on their heels, and I like throwing a pass on that third down and trying to win the game. But of course, just like us Canes fans are used to, the absolute worst case scenario plays out and TVD's pass is deflected and intercepted by the UNC defense, and the game is over. And I won't lie to you guys, I am a little conflicted on this game because now it's been like an hour since the game ended, so I've had time to cool off a little bit. I truly did not think we would even be in it. I thought we were going to lose by 2 or 3 or more touchdowns. But still, I'm going to plug my famous saying here. At the end of the day, I am sick and tired of coming up short once again because a loss is still a loss. Like, we're literally 2-4 right now, guys. We have lost twice as many games as we've won. I know, Coop, excellent math, bro, right? And you know, I truly, I don't know if you guys are, if that's sinking in, if that has set in, if you guys have realized that. Yes, I'm gonna put it right here. I'll put it, boom, right there. And I want you to really just look at it. I want you, I'm gonna small talk here for a second and just rant and ramble on for a few seconds so you can just sit there and look at that. Just look at it. 2-4. The Miami Hurricanes, the orange and green, are sitting at 2-4 right now in the 2021 season. Now, if we would have played a little bit better in the first half, most importantly, the first quarter, we could have potentially left Keenan Memorial Stadium with a dub tonight. But during the first quarter of the game, total yards on offense was right at around 12. Yes, 12 total yards of offense in the first quarter of the football game. I can't make this stuff up. At one point, we were literally down 28-10. So when you give me this final score, I would be like, wait, there's no way that this Miami offense produced that many points and actually came back in this game. But that brings me to a point in the video where I want to discuss some of the positive takeaways from this game, because a lot of viewers in my live stream told me, Coop, you're just being overly negative and you're trying to nitpick. So we're gonna start with the positives first. What are some good things, if we can find any, that happened in this game? Some positive takeaways. Well, first off, I know I already mentioned it, but the team didn't lay down and quit. Apparently, there are still a lot of players on this squad that are fighting for Manny Diaz and this coaching staff. And the most surprising part of all of it is the fact that this is coming out of a bye week. So this is still a loss coming out of a bye week, but typically we look even more unprepared than we did today. Now, like I said, first quarter, first half of the game, we did look a little lost. But typically coming out of a bye week, it's just really bad. And it kind of surprised me this week coming off of this bye week. Jafari Harvey got that huge pick six early in the game that I think kind of stunned that North Carolina offense, and that was big time. I was going crazy. I literally banged my knee on the desk. I got a big bruise, just a line right across the top of my knee, because that was totally not expected. I love James Williams and the physicality and energy that he plays with, and I truly believe that he has a bright future at the University of Miami. Now, there's still a lot of things that he needs to improve on, but I'm very impressed with him overall. And also, in my opinion, Jalen Knighton, a.k.a. Rooster, proved that he should be running back number one, because with Don Chaney Jr. out for the remainder of the season and Cameron Harris going down with an injury in this game, Rooster showed that next level speed that he brings to the table. But prayers up, of course, for Cameron Harris. I don't wish bad on any Miami Hurricanes player or any college football player, as a matter of fact, or any human being, actually, as a matter of fact. But I just truly believe that with Cameron Harris, man, I don't even think that he's a bad running back. I just think that with the current offense in play calling, that he should strictly be used as a short yardage back. And I think with Rooster picking up more reps, if he does become running back number one as a result of this, we will actually see our run game improve slightly. Obviously, the O-line is still straight doo-doo right now, but Jalen Knighton has a tendency to turn nothing into something. So on to some of the negatives, and I'm just going to keep it real and blunt with you. If all you want to do is focus on the positives, then good for you. You can do that. I wish I could do the same. But bro, right now, at the end of the day, we still lost, and we came up short. A loss is a loss, and once again, we could not finish. And do I honestly even have to mention the tackling? Because it's gotten to a point to where it's just straight up embarrassing. And I truly don't even know how to fix it anymore. It's gotten so bad. And we knew that Sam Howell was going to pose a run threat, and he still managed to find a way to pick up almost 100 yards on the ground. And we also knew that Josh Downs would be a big target for Howell in this game, yet he still managed to get 11 receptions for 96 yards. And boy, those quick slants in the middle of the field killed us. But one thing right quick, I just want to roll it back for a second that I forgot to mention with my positives, is the fact that Tyler Van Dyke picked up a few key first downs for us with his legs. And maybe, just maybe, I underestimated him a little bit when it comes to that part of his game. Now, he's still not the quickest, but he also doesn't claim to be. So, hey, maybe, just maybe, that could be something that he could do consistently for us in the future. But with some positives and negatives out of the way, let's jump over to ESPN.com and actually take a look at the stats for this game. Now, remember, guys, there's 100 different positives and 100 different negatives that I could go over, but that's what the comment section is for. I can't make this video 45 minutes long because people wouldn't watch it. So those are just some big ones that stood out to me personally an hour after the game. But let's discuss them down in the comment section and talk about some of your takeaways, some positives and negatives that you saw in this game. But let's head on over, like I mentioned, over to ESPN.com and just take a quick look at the stats. So primarily, I'm mostly going to just focus on the Miami Hurricanes here. So total first downs, 30. Third down efficiency was 8 of 16, so about 50% for us, which I guess all things considered, what we've done in the past is not terrible. 1 of 2 on fourth down. Total yards, 421. What's funny is we ended up with more total yards than North Carolina did at 382, which is interesting when you go back and look at the first quarter of the game when we had like 12 and North Carolina had like 121. So that's pretty wild to see how the game ended up playing out in the end. So out of that 421, 264 of it was passing for us. 157 of it was rushing, thanks to some big runs from TVD and the runs from Jalen Knighton. Penalties, 9 for 81. North Carolina, 10 for 102. There was literally a drive, if you missed the game somehow, that was kept alive for the Miami Hurricanes offense purely off of North Carolina penalties. So this was a pretty heavily penalized game for both teams. 3 turnovers for Miami. Boy, that really cost us. And 1 for North Carolina. Let's go over and take a look at the box score as well so we can see some individual stats. Tyler Van Dyke was 20 of 45, 264 yards, but 3 interceptions. Jalen Knighton led us in rushing with 17 carries for 92 yards, and TVD in that number 2 spot, 9 carries for 36 yards. Cameron 6 for 26, and we did have Cody Brown come in for a few carries, and he actually picked up that short touchdown run for us. So that was big time to get him in there for that. Receiving, Jalen Knighton actually led 2 receptions for 73 yards. We targeted Keyshawn Smith a lot in this game, and it was kind of 50-50 with him, but 7 receptions for 73 yards. Restrepo 2 for 36. Harley was kind of quiet tonight. 3 for 36. Rambo had that huge catch where he actually hung on to the ball where they thought it was going to be targeting, but it wasn't targeting because the North Carolina defender hit him with his shoulder. But that was huge for Rambo to hold on to that. Will Mallory, I almost forgot the dude's name and number. 1 reception for 11 yards. And then Harvey, of course, with the pick 6 for 33 yards. That was huge. And then Borregales. That's right. 4 for 4, of course, on extra points, but he did hit a pair of field goals as well, the longest one being 44 yards. But as we already know, Miami coming up short, 45-42. Bro, as I said, I'm not just trying to be that negative Canes fan. I don't want to be known as that channel. But it's just still the fact that we are 2-4. Yes, we showed fight, but we still came up short. If all I can say for the rest of the year for every game is that, well, we showed fight, but we still came up short, it's not enough, guys. It's not. And right now, at this point, the talk went from national championship run pre-Alabama game. Well, that got shut down. Then it went from that to, well, we still have the ACC, to now we've lost our first 2 ACC games, to now will we make a bowl game? Man, talk about going from the highest of highs to potentially the lowest of lows. And it's such an interesting scenario because a lot of these players, as I mentioned, are still playing and fighting hard. And most importantly, the younger guys, which is good to see. But imagine some of these guys playing under a different coaching staff. Just be honest with yourself for a second. A more competent staff overall. Picture it. Think about it. I think that we could be in an entirely different situation here. And maybe not. Who knows? But, bro, this one is a hard pill to swallow. I hate it, man. Looking at that grin that Mac Brown had at the end. I'm going to put up a picture of it right here, actually. When they were shaking hands, what do you think? What do you honestly think Mac Brown said to Manny Diaz right here at midfield? Because Manny could not keep eye contact. And Mac Brown was just looking him straight in the face and grinning. And he said something. I'm not a lip reader, so I don't know what it was. But, bro, I would have loved to have heard what it was that Mac Brown said to Manny Diaz right there. But it's tough times to be a Miami Hurricanes fan. We have an even tougher game coming up next week. Man, I'm not even going to say their name, bro. I'm not even going to say it. And then the fact that we have fans who are saying that as long as we beat FSU, that's more than enough for them. I can't believe it. I truly struggle to believe how far we have fallen at this point. Now, this game was close. We could actually be celebrating and partying because we can't believe that we scored a touchdown and we took down the Tar Heels after getting beat down the last 2 seasons. And this guy, Manny Diaz, finally found a way to beat Mac Brown. But once again, that's not the reality of our situation. and we're sitting here taking our 4th loss of the season in just 6 games. It's tough, man. It's tough. I appreciate all the love, however, though, in the live stream. Today was my birthday, and my one birthday wish was for the Canes to get a dub. That didn't happen. Every time Miami plays on my birthday, they lose. But everybody showed me mad love in the live stream. Insane amount of donos and subs and support and Canes fan memberships and stuff. So thank you guys so much for that. My Canes family, my college football family always show me love. So we can continue to grow this channel. So take this time also. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. We're close to 16,000 subs. We're going to continue to grow and do big things. We're still just getting started. We kicked off the year being on national television. We made it to SEC Network on the Marty and McGee show. And that kind of kicked it off with a bang. And we've consistently been hovering around 500 to 1,000 people in the live hangouts. It's only going to get crazier, guys. And you're going to want to be a part of it. Good or bad, whatever happens with the Canes. But remember, though, guys, we're all one big happy college football family. But at the end of the day, I got to say, it's somehow still always better when you get to rep the U. Keep an eye out for Walking and Venting with Coop. New episode going up tomorrow, just like we do every Sunday. But until then, guys, peace out.